Hey besties, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which as you guys know by the title and the thumbnail is going to be me attempting to get out of a literal 6-month-long slump. And then there were the songs that made you. Yes, you did hear that right. I have literally been in a slump all year and it's actually been horrible. I have tried getting out of a slump multiple times and for some reason it just kept not working. Then again, I have had a lot going on in my life, but I have gotten to the point where I am getting out of this slump no matter what. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I do have a few goals that we're gonna be trying to achieve throughout filming this video. So first goal is one that some of you might think is silly, and that is to read whatever I want. Yes, that means we're gonna be mood reading. And I say that this is a goal because recently I have felt so much pressure around what to read, that I need to read books that you guys are going to want to see me read, and I need to read this and I need to read that, rather than what does Tiffany actually want to read. So we're just going to be mood reading, and that is our first goal. The second goal is to actually finish the books that we start in this video. And I say that because I actually don't want to go back and count how many books I have started and then just not continued since the beginning of this year. It's actually probably in the double digits and I don't want to talk about it. It is so bad. So in today's video, whatever books we start, we are gonna be finishing. Okay, that is the second goal. And the third goal is the most obvious one, and that is to get out of this slump. Yep, that is a goal. Obviously, that is the goal of this entire video, so I didn't really need to add that. However, I'm adding it. And you know what else is gonna get me out of this slump? My stunning brand new Kindle case. And that brings me to today's sponsor, which is none other than Burga. So thank you so much to Burga for sponsoring today's video. This is my new favorite Kindle case ever because not only is it so cute for the summertime, but it is also so convenient because it has a magnetic hold to hold it open and shut, but it also has this built-in strap, which makes it very convenient to hold while reading. And not only that, but they have so many different print options available for the Kindle case. You are bound to find a Kindle case to fit your style, whether you're a fantasy lover and want some dragons, or you're a cowboy romance lover and you want the cowboy, cowgirl, whatever type of vibe. You know what I'm saying. I also got a matching phone case and a matching computer case, and it doesn't end there. I got 3 more phone cases. I got the favorite bikini and the 9 lives case in the tough style, which is more of a slim case. The design wraps all the way around the sides and they are scratch resistant. I also got the after hours and player in the elite style. The elite cases have their cloud guard technology and absorb 90% of the impact when dropped. And since I know y'all are dying to get your own, you are in luck because Burga is currently having a sale where you can get 4 phone cases for the price of 2. And make sure to grab a Kindle case while you're at it because I also have an additional 15% off code you can use on top of the buy 4 pay for 2 deal. So you can use the code TiffanyX15 for an extra 15% off your order. So go and grab yourself some new phone cases and of course a Kindle case, because we all need a new Kindle case in our life. And thank you so much to Burga for sponsoring today's video. Now let's see what Tiffany, me, is gonna decide to read first in this video. Okay, after about literally like 4 hours of staring at my bookshelves trying to pick what book I was gonna read, I think I finally settled on what book I'm gonna read, and that is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Now I've only read one book by them before, and that is Love in Other Words, and I read that like over 2 years ago, but I did really love that book at the time. I am a little nervous going into this one because it does have pretty mixed reviews. I feel like I've seen more negative reviews than like really amazing reviews about this book. However, I feel like this book has a lot of elements in it that I typically love, so I feel like it really has the potential to be something that I love, and I feel like this is gonna have all the vibes that I need in a book right now. So hopefully I just enjoy the execution and it hits for me. As for the elements that I think I'm gonna love in this book, first of all, the main plot point of this book is that our 2 main characters are basically faking being newlyweds on a honeymoon because they're the only 2 people out of the whole wedding party of our main female character's twin sister's wedding that didn't end up with food poisoning. So they end up taking the honeymoon and going to Maui, so they're acting like newlyweds, but they actually do not like each other. They hate each other, so it's kind of giving enemies to lovers and fake dating, and those are two of my favorite romance tropes. Also, they're gonna be in Maui. We also have a wedding going on. I feel like this is just going to be the perfect like summery vibed book, and obviously it's the middle of June. It's hot as heck outside. I feel like this has so much potential to be a book that I love. I'm just, again, hoping that I enjoy the execution. So I feel like that is enough yapping. Let's just go ahead and start this book, and hopefully I love it. And hopefully it's fast enough pace for me to fly through it too. We shall see. Let's get started.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young.
Boy, oh boy, do I have an update for you guys. Honestly, I plan to come and give you an update way before the point in this book that I currently am at. However, I couldn't put it down. I couldn't stop reading. I had to just keep going. And so now I'm coming to give you guys an update as I am 69% through this book. And if what I just said was not already an indication of how well this is going for me right now, I don't know what is. Also, figured out yesterday that this is on Kindle Unlimited, and wow, that literally like saved my life, because I was laying in bed and I really didn't want to hold a physical copy because I was laying on my side, found it on Kindle Unlimited, and was able to read literally over 150 pages while laying in bed. Yeah, such a slay. We love the Kindle. Anyways, I, as you guys know, going into this book was very skeptical because I have seen such mixed reviews, and not only that, I feel like most of the time I have seen people genuinely really not like this book when reading it. So I was very scared going into it, but oh my god, have I been enjoying my time reading this. Now, with that being said, I will say I don't think it's going to be a 5-star because I'm not getting 5-star feelings, but I am definitely getting very, very strong 4.5 star feelings from this. I am thoroughly enjoying my time with this. Now, is there some parts of this that are pretty predictable? Like, I feel like a good portion of our like conflict that's going on was pretty predictable. However, I don't care. I'm eating it up. Like, genuinely, I am eating it up. I saw it coming from a mile away, and yet I am eating it up. I am devouring it. It is so good. I am thoroughly enjoying Olive and Ethan and seeing the dynamic between the two of them, and just seeing them go from hating each other to like having feelings from each other and kind of exploring those feelings, especially in the way we're doing it in this book where they are on a fake honeymoon. So they are supposed to look like they like each other, and not only that, but they are completely isolated from everyone that is in their family that they're friends with, like anyone basically that they know. So they're able to just explore these feelings without the outside thoughts and opinions of other people in their lives, considering that, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but the wedding was between Olive's twin sister and Ethan's brother. So we have Olive now seeing the brother of her twin sister's husband. Yeah, that's kind of the dynamic, but I'm seriously loving it. The build up and the tension between the two of them was so good, and I was literally eating it up. The flirty comments between the two of them was so good. Like, genuinely, I have been enjoying it so much. I don't know why I said was so good. I'm not finished with this. You get what I'm saying. Also, would like to say that I have been rewatching all the Harry Potter movies recently, and there have been so many Harry Potter references in this that it is making my heart so happy. Like, there has literally been like 3 or 4 references on different occasions throughout this book referencing Harry Potter and just the lore, but you might not understand that it's Harry Potter unless you know Harry Potter, and I'm just loving it. I'm eating it up. So also, both of our characters are readers, so I'm kind of loving that too. Overall, I'm genuinely enjoying my time. I'm currently on page 273, so I have a little over 100 pages to go, and I am so excited to finish this. I'm gonna sit down and we are gonna finish this today because I'm so excited. I cannot seem to put this down when I pick it up. Like, I am so invested in the story and just loving it so much. So yeah, we're gonna finish this today, and I'm very excited. I'm gonna stop repeating myself. That is the update. Let's finish The Unhoneymooners by Christina and then come back with my final thoughts.
used to think I'm the problem, that I was way too sensitive, reacting way too much.
It's gonna be awkward.
Until I realized we were different types, carrying a different triggers, scaring us to death. Oh, someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside, just for a while. Someday we will be fine, safe place, just you and I, always. I will wait for us to collide. I'll wait.
Okay, besties, it is time for the final review of The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. Also, I look this way because we're about to head to the pool to start our second book of the video. But first, let's talk about this. I feel like I've already gone into pretty good length of how I was feeling just 100 and some pages ago. So I'm gonna try not to repeat the things that I already said in that portion, but I was very pleasantly surprised by this book, as you guys already know, and that feeling did continue throughout the end of this book. Do I think this is the best written book I have ever read? The best plot, the best romance, the best quotes, all those things? No, I don't think this is the best written book that I've ever read. However, it doesn't have to be an amazingly written book to be a book that you love and to be a book you enjoy, and I really, really enjoyed my time with this. I actually saw this book at Target, but in a completely different cover, and I almost bought it because it was so stunning, like way cuter than this cover, in my opinion. And maybe I'll go back and get it because I actually really, really loved this. I went into this with very low expectations. I didn't think I was really gonna enjoy it just because I've heard so many people say that this just didn't do it for them, but it did it for me. I loved our two main characters, Olive and Ethan. I loved the ride that they went on. Yes, like I was saying earlier, some of the main conflict of this book was very predictable, okay? I saw it coming from near the start of the book. However, that did not deter me from how much I was enjoying it because I still think it was a fun conflict to be on. Not fun, I mean, it wasn't fun for the characters, but I still think it was like fun to read about and it was enjoyable. This kind of felt like a reality TV show as I was reading it. It just felt like I was like watching a reality TV show in my head. Like these are real people and they're going through so much drama and this is what the drama is, and then these people are falling in love and these people have this going on and they don't even know it. Like it's just like, it just felt like a reality TV show. Okay, that's basically what I'm trying to say. I really, really enjoyed this. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Like I was saying earlier, up to the page 273, it was not giving me 5-star feelings, and that did continue, no 5-star feelings, but I loved this a lot. Do I think I'm gonna continue to think about this all the time? I don't know. Maybe I will think about this frequently, maybe I won't. All I know is I thoroughly enjoyed my time reading it enough to give it a 4.5. Even if I never think about it again, even if I forget what happened in this book, this was fun and I enjoyed my time. So I like how I said I wasn't gonna repeat myself a ton, and I feel like that's all I just did. But anyways, so that is the first book that we were reading in this video. Now getting into the next book and the last book we're gonna be reading in this video, and I am so excited. This, I picked this up from the store literally just yesterday, and I am so excited to read this because this is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. This is a new release from one of my all-time favorite authors, and if you know me, then you probably know what I'm about to say, and if you don't worry, I'm about to tell you. We are gonna be reading Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. Oh my god, guys, I'm literally so excited. This just came out on Tuesday, so just 2 days ago, and I cannot wait to read this. I know nothing about what this book is going to entail. All I know is it obviously is magical realism like my queen Ashley Poston always does in her books. The 7-Year Slip and A Novel Love Story were both 5-6-star reads for me. A Novel Love Story was one of my favorite romance books I read of 2024, and I am so excited to go into this. I know it has something to do with music, however, I have no idea how the magical realism ties into music, but I'm very excited to find out, and I just am so excited. I feel like this could potentially, I don't want to jinx anything, but I do potentially think this could be a 5-star read. So we're about to head to the pool. We're gonna read this baby at the pool. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day, and we're gonna read this book. I don't know if this is gonna give summer vibes, probably not, but the cover is so bright and summery and beautiful. So let's go to the pool and let's start Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston.
Summer is always surprising me, just a bit. It's mid-July, then it's gone, and I haven't moved on. Summer is always confusing me, honestly. I thought I'd feel warm, but I'm cold. It's getting old. I've said so many times, when summer comes around, I'll be ready for the ride.
Hey besties, Librarian Tiff is making a very long anyways, a comeback, if you will, to give you a reading update on Sounds Like Love. I'm currently on page 63, chapter 7, and I thought I would give you an update because I just have been having some feelings, I guess you could say. So up until I was literally at page 60, I like set the book down to like go to my notes to type out some thoughts because I wanted to remember to tell you guys, but up until page 60, I was feeling pretty detached from our characters and from the story in general. I am still really enjoying my time reading this book, and I mean, Ashley Poston is one of my favorite authors. This book is still beautifully written. There are some quotes that I have taken note of because I was like, wow, that's a beautiful quote. I really resonate with that. It's very beautifully lyrically written, as are all of her books, I feel like. However, I feel like up until that page 60, I was feeling like I was just missing a bit of the emotional attachment to our characters and to the story. Up until that point, we had only come into contact with our main male character once, and I will say I feel like that's pretty, like, that tracks for her books, is like we don't immediately start with our main like male character, like love interest being introduced. So I don't know why I was feeling a little detached. I will say then 3 pages later, the magical realism aspect really started to like kick in gear a little bit, and we really started to seeing that like in action for the first time, and that sparked my interest a lot. So I am definitely now, just 3 pages later, feeling a lot more intrigued and excited to continue this book. And yeah, but those first 60 pages, I was just definitely feeling detached, and it was like honestly making me sad because she is one of my favorite authors and I want to love this, but in those first 60 pages, I wasn't obsessed. I will say, like I said, I took note of a couple quotes, so I thought I would share those with you because I literally thought they were so beautiful. So the first one was on page 42, and it says, "It was a place you loved and a place where you built your life and a place you could never escape even when you did." And I just thought that was so beautiful for some reason. And honestly, when I read that, I wasn't thinking she's talking about her hometown. I was not thinking about my hometown. I live in my hometown. I was thinking about Fairbanks because I miss Alaska a lot. Anyways, the next quote, the second quote, and the only other quote that I was gonna share with you guys, it was on the literal next page. So the next quote was on page 43, and it says, "There were some songs you made special. Songs for the first dances, songs for funerals, songs for heartbreak and forgetting, and then there were the songs that made you." And I was like, whoa, I love that. That is so beautiful. I just 100% know exactly what she means in this moment and the point she is trying to get across, and I just loved it. So yeah, that is my current thoughts. That's the current update. I'm about to sit here and do quite a bit of reading. Honestly, I kind of just want to read for the rest of the day, so I'm hoping to finish this book today, but we shall see. I will obviously come back and give you an update at some point before I finish this because I have the majority of this book left to read. But yeah, those are my current thoughts. So it's time to get back to reading. Let's do it. It is so funny, crazy, and amazing how quickly you can go while reading a book from being uninvested and not fully enjoying your time to all of a sudden you're giggling, laughing, and you're like way more invested. Like, I don't know how that happened in 4 pages, but I'm really glad that it did. So just in case you were wondering if you read this book or you have read this book, I just started literally audibly laughing reading page 64. So there's the knowledge for you. Okay, come here. Oh, careful, careful, careful. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Okay guys, excuse the lighting, it's late. We got some mood lighting going on. That's besides the point. Clearly I have made a pretty big dent in my book, so I thought I'd come give you guys an update because boy oh boy have my thoughts changed since the last time I talked to you guys. So I am currently on page 205, which is chapter 24, and wow, I feel like I have so many thoughts and I just don't even know how to tell you, how to even begin to tell you all of my feelings right now. But I feel like this is what happens when I fly through a book the way I'm currently flying through this book. My brain turns into mush. Please actually comment down below if that happens to you guys, because wow, like I feel like I can't process anything. Anyways, first things first is we had a little cameo that I was not expecting of our main characters from the 7-Year Slip, and oh my god, it didn't click in my brain at first what was going on until he referred to the girl as Lemon, and I was like, oh, literally just had like a moment and I was like, stop. The fact that these 2 books are happening in the same universe and some of our main characters in this know those main, like I had a moment, because if you guys have been here for quite some time, then you know the 7-Year Slip is the first book I ever read by Ashley Poston, and it's also like a 6-star read for me. The only book of hers that I haven't read is The Dead Romantics, which I plan to read sometime soon. A Novel Love Story is my favorite one. Anyways, that's besides the point, but that was very exciting to have happen. But yeah, obviously last I was telling you guys I had been feeling pretty detached and disconnected, but I was starting to get more intrigued because we were finally starting to pick up on the main plot point and the whole magical realism aspect of this book. Now I am 205 pages in and I am loving this. I feel like this is touching my soul in so many ways. First of all, her writing is just so, it like encapsulates me every time I read her books. It's just like her writing surrounds me, and that is all that I am experiencing is just her writing and the book. Also, our main female character is basically going through like writer's block. She's a songwriter and she is burnt out and she just cannot write, and I feel so heavily tied to her in that way. Like I'm really relating to her, I guess you could, that's a much better way to word that. Anyways, I'm really relating to her in that way because although I'm not a songwriter and I'm also not a writer, I don't have writer's block. I feel like I have been so burnt out the last 4 or 5 months in just feeling creative and having video ideas, and also just burnt out trying to balance reading some books for myself and reading some books for you guys. Like I have just been going through a lot and life has just been a lot. Life has been a lot, guys. As most of you know, if you've been here at least a little while, in December I had a miscarriage. Obviously that has just been a lot to heal from. Finally started obviously to like get better from that. Why am I going on it? Anyways, I'm trying to explain that I've had a lot going on, and then we moved apartments, and then Elijah got sick, and then I got sick, and then as I was sick I started to get sick in a different way, and come to find out I'm pregnant. Anyways, I announced this on my Instagram. I don't know when this is exactly going up, but like probably like a week ago by the time this goes up. So if you didn't see that, surprise, I'm pregnant. I'm still very early. Anyways, basically I've had a lot going on and I've been feeling very burnt out, and I feel like I'm finally starting to climb my way out of that hole slowly but surely, but it's taking a lot of effort to get out of that hole. So I'm really relating to her in that way. I just went on a whole tangent about that. I'm so sorry, but I am deeply relating to her because of that, and it's making me enjoy this book a whole lot more the more that we discuss that topic and really dive into her feelings about that. She also has a lot of like anxiety that, you know, we can tell from love the way the magical realism in this book works. So also just resonating with her on that. Lots of anxiety going on over here. And just don't even get me started on the romance. Like, why is it so good? Why am I literally obsessed with Sebastian? I like, genuinely, why am I obsessed with him? Because I'm literally obsessed with him. It is insane. Like, guys, I'm obsessed with him. The way this man speaks, the way this man thinks, I'm at a loss for words. I am just obsessed with him. I feel like this reading update is literally probably confusing you more than helping you to understand my feelings on this book. But you know what? That's just what we're gonna let this reading update be. It's just exactly me brain dumping, word vomiting at you, because honestly, sometimes that's the best way to do it. So I guess that's where I'm gonna leave it, because I just yapped at you a lot. But yeah, we're a bit over 50% through this book. I'm gonna keep reading a bit more tonight until I just can't anymore, because I'm so invested in this. I don't want to put it down. I cannot put it down right now. I will probably keep reading until I am gonna fall asleep, and then we'll finish it up tomorrow. So yeah, I guess I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow morning sometime. Stop it right now. There's no... Hold on. That hurt so much more than I thought it was going to. Oh my god. Okay, besties, I am very tired right now, and I probably look crazy because I have been crying. I literally cried like 4 or 5 times finishing this book. It is crazy and beautiful how vastly different my feelings were from page 160, or 1 to 60, and then 60 to 357. Wow, if you would have told me when I was at page 60 that I would end up giving this 5 stars, I would have been like, there's no way. Because at that point in the book, I wasn't getting those feelings, and those feelings completely snuck up on me. Oh my god. Ashley Poston has done it again. This review is probably going to be a bit of a more brief review because I feel like I have talked pretty extensively about my feelings about this, but I'm gonna go into more of like just my genuine like feelings rather than like things that happened, if that makes any sense. So Ashley Poston, I love her. I literally love her. I am so glad that I saw Destiny say that the 7-Year Slip was a 5-star read, and that made me want to read it because now I have experienced 3 5-star reads from her. She is genuinely one of my favorite authors, and the way that she is able to thread together all these different little things in the book to come together in the most beautiful way possible. I genuinely can't even comprehend how she is able to do that, how she is able to write the things that she writes and write them in the way she writes them. Her writing is so incredibly beautiful to me. There's just something about the way she forms a sentence that just speaks to my soul. Her books feel so deep. Like, it just feels like there is so much depth to the story, to the characters. There is things in this book that I kind of put together, and I think she makes it obvious at that point to us as a reader, but not to the characters. But even when that is then revealed to the characters, even if you had the suspicion that that is what was happening or that was that, it hits so emotionally. Like, it hits home every single time. I seriously, like, if we're talking talking like a romance book level, I have cried to all 3 of the books I have read by her. Probably that is some of the most tears I've ever shed for romance books is for her books. They're just so good. I loved everything about this and more. This was so good. How I was feeling in those first 60 pages aside, this was so good. I cannot recommend this book enough. Again, 5 stars. She has done it again. I literally found myself while reading this having the feeling that it felt like I was dreaming in like a good way, and had the feeling that I will dream about this book, that this book is going to be forever on my mind. I feel like this book is going to live somewhere deep inside my soul with The 7-Year Slip and A Novel Love Story. They are stories that are just, they literally like wind themselves around my soul and around my being. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than that. God, I'm getting emotional just sitting here talking about it. Like, wow. Like, literally just wow. I can't even form another coherent sentence to describe how I felt about this. So that is my review. This is officially my second 5-star read of the year, and I honestly couldn't be happier that this was my second 5-star read of the year. So that brings us to the end of today's video, and that also brings us to the big question that we're all wondering, and that is, did I officially get out of my reading slump? And the only answer I have for you is I think so, I hope so, and you'll have to stay tuned and subscribe and figure that out in my upcoming videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and like I just said, subscribe if you're not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. But they actually hair got in my mouth. Whoa, final reveal. A reveal? No. What? Whoa. Slip. Whoa. Whoa. Nope, that's not what it says. Whoa. I cannot speak. These. Ooh. Starting over. Take 3. No. Yes, 3. What? Oh my god, hello. Girl. Whoa. Okay. Girl. What? Hello? Whoa. True. Whoa.